Hello. It is super cold in here and I can't speak, but I'm gonna try to. My name is Nicole Rance, and for today's video, I will be talking about my favorite Bridgerton couples, from least favorite to like the best Bridgerton couple. I have not read the books. I have no plans of reading the books. All I know is the three couples that have been revealed. So those are the people I'm going to be talking about. Obviously, when Benedict season comes out and all the rest comes out, then I'll update this and put them in my ranking. But right now, these are the couples, the ones I will be ranking. So let's do this. Let's get into it and let's rant, because y'all are probably not going to like my ranking, but I don't care. Okay. So from least to favorite. My least favorite ship is Simon and Daphne, and it's mainly because of how the whole breaking up thing happened and what Daphne did to Simon. I'm sorry, I know she was naive and all that, and I get the complexities of everything, but honestly, after that scene, it was so hard for me to go back to liking them as a couple. It really did, because he lied to her and then she did what she did. In a story like this, if it was just lying, or like she was just like whatever and cursed him out, like that would be something. But how she responded and what he did, it just ruined the couple for me. And I really enjoyed the season 1 like so much, and I enjoyed them as a couple. I thought, the chemistry was off the rockers. Okay, those scenes, I would say the scenes of them being more like intimate did feel like a lot to me. Like I watch a lot of stuff, like I watch some crazy things on TV. For me, I like romantic, cutesy. The passion is there, but it's like passionate romance. It just felt very like clunky and Besides that, I really enjoy them as a couple. I love a good enemies to lovers, miscommunication. The whole forced marriage trope is not my favorite, but I was fine with it, with the way that things were going. I liked Daphne's character. I was annoyed with Simon, but eventually I started to like him more. And then it was like, okay, he's getting on my nerves, but like I'm starting to like him, like Daphne. Then that scene happens, and then I hate Daphne and I like Simon. It just switched. I can't root for them as a couple. And we don't see a lot from Simon's character because they didn't recast and the actor is not coming back. So we haven't seen more scenes of them together. And even if we did see more scenes of Daphne and Simon together, I wouldn't be able to root for them as a couple because of what happened between them. It just ruined the story for me. But they did have a lot of beautiful moments together that I just wish they took that scene out. I know it was in the books. I don't know why they put that in the books. I don't know why they kept it in the show. I wish they took it out. I can't, yeah. Anyway. Simon and Daphne, not for me. Nah. Next on my list, we have Anthony and Kate. And first of all, I want to be very clear. It was like a meter. Daphne and Simon to me is like right here. Okay. Anthony and Kate is up here. And then, the rest. I love Cantony. Okay, I love them so much. I love them so much. The only issue that I have really is the whole being interested in each other, and the sister is like being courted by Anthony. It just makes things complicated because the sister got hurt by it, but obviously they amended everything. And the chemistry of season 2 was off the rockers, okay? Off the rockers. I remember the first time I saw season 2, and I was just like, whoa. Like, I felt like I was in the room with them. What is happening? Why are you staring at me? I wasn't like, he's not staring at Kate. He's staring at me. I love a good enemies to lovers trope. You know, I love a good miscommunication, like I've said. It's annoying, but I love it, especially if they do it right. And I feel like season 2, they did a perfect job at doing that. They're both two older siblings struggling with their positions and sometimes overstepping. So that stubbornness that they have is just amplified because they're kind of the same. Kind of, in that way of being stubborn. Obviously, they have their differences, but they're very stubborn in what they believe and what they want. And when they have a goal, they stick to it. So that's why when they have feelings for each other and it's very obvious in their brain, they're like, we just can't be together because it's not possible. But it's like, it could be possible if y'all stopped being annoying and told each other how it felt. But yeah, the chemistry was off the rockers. I mean, I remember when they finally get together and you see the habizo, what is that called? Them outside in the garden, they first, you know, get together. I'm like, you know, those scenes of them staring at each other in the museum, them getting up from the seat when, you know, Edwina finally figures out that they're like interested in each other, and she's like, was I that blind? Yes, girly. The scene of, you know, Anthony, he's coming out from the water and he's all wet and stuff. He's all wet, and Kate just like, whoa, like. And Edwina's just looking at Kate like, okay. But but they've just had so many moments where the chemistry was off the rockers, especially when he gives his confession. You were the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And then that last confession at the end when he's confessing that he's like deeply in love with her, it's just so beautiful, and it makes me emotional. She's crying, I'm crying, we're both crying, we're both emotional. But I am mad, as a Cantony fan, I am mad that we didn't get a wedding or saw some babies, you know, like, or, you know, just something. Like, I wanted something, maybe an engagement. I know we got to see them after being married, after their honeymoon. And that scene in season 3, I was like, whoa. Okay. But it's so stupid. I love how they stick up for each other. I loved how they were just like, when Anthony's like, it's just you and me, and they're just looking together and they're just dancing. Oh my gosh. 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 It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. I love it. Okay, like, look at me, you know. They did their thing and I love it. And yeah, Kate and Anthony, you are that girly, you always be that girly. I need more Kate and Anthony scenes. Sorry, I love their love and I want more. Is Pollen. I love Pollen. I don't care what anybody says. I am a strong, avid Pollen shipper. I can't stop loving this couple, okay? From the very beginning, even when Colin was getting on my nerves in season 1 and he was clueless, there was always moments, and I said this in my video. I have a video of Pollen, and if you want to check it out, where I go into really deep detail about their relationship and how all of you are wrong. Since the very beginning, he has cared about Penelope. And he's shown, even when he couldn't express that he had feelings for her, or because he didn't realize he had feelings for her because their relationship is so complicated and beautiful, the way he showed it for her is through action. That's what you know, that's what Colin does, okay? When he loves somebody, even if he doesn't understand it fully, he will show through action, okay? And he just continued to be there for Penelope, helping when that creepy guy was trying to scam their family, constantly being there for her when she was getting bullied by Cressida. Like, oh my gosh, those moments, even before, you know, they got together, the moments of him like holding her hand and grabbing her to the dance floor and dancing with her. The moments where they were just them two together and him just like gently holding her and they're staring at each other's eyes and she's looking up at him and he would be staring into her. First of all, he was staring into her eyes. Staring. And the only time that they would stop looking at each other is when Penelope would look away. You know why? Because she was flustered. And I would be flustered too. If somebody is saying they're my friend and they're deeply staring in my eyes and they're not like letting go of contact until I leave, stop it. Stop it. You're telling me he didn't have feelings for her? Shh. Shh. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, their connection is incredible. Okay. And then let's get to season 3. Yes, I was mad at Colin when he said what he said at the end of season 2. Okay. That really angered me. And I was like, I'm going to fight him. I'm going to fight him, but they're going to fall in love. But I'm going to fight him first. I love when Penelope stuck up for herself and was like, oh, well, you don't want to be with someone like me. Like, oh, he just looked so flustered. And I just love the fact that Colin was flustered this entire season. We all saw that Penelope was just constantly yearning for this guy, right? For Colin. He's not just a guy, but Colin. And I just love the fact that it was flipped. He was just deeply in love with her and needed to prove that in a way. And she had to prove herself as well, because they both were doing some stuff, you know? So they both had to prove themselves. But I love it. I love it. Them doing the whole, oh, let's do the matchmaker thing, and him slowly falling for her. And the scene when they kiss, oh my gosh, the scene where they kiss. When I tell you, I screamed. I screamed. What do you mean? What do you mean? We're out in the garden. We're out in this beautiful garden with all the lighting. And it's just you and me. It's scandalous. We're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. You feel like all your prospects are gone. And you ask your best friend to kiss you because you feel like that's going to be the end. You have nothing else. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. And he kisses her. They kiss. And he is dumbfounded. Like, he's just there like, and Penelope's like, bye. She kisses that man and she just leaves. And he's just like, okay. And then the whole scene of him waking up from that dream, I was like, Colin. Colin, oh my, Colin. I love when a man yearns. And one thing about Colin Bridgerton is he yearns just amazingly. Okay? When he couldn't have Penelope, he was crying in bed. He was crying, miserable, just devastated, you know, just waiting for his woman to come. He thinks it's over, that she's gonna be with Devlin. He goes and confesses his feelings after everything that happens, because Devlin's like, you know, you obviously want Colin, which was so annoying. But it was like annoying for Penelope, because it's like, girly, no. But at the same time, I was like, yes, Colin, go, run. And he goes after Penelope. That carriage scene, first of all, I do not want to tell you guys the amount of times I've watched it. I think it is absolutely embarrassing the amount of times I've watched that carriage scene. If there was like a Spotify rapper for Netflix and it was like specifically Bridgerton, how many times have you watched the carriage scene? Y'all would look at me like I'm crazy. That scene is insane. You're telling me you follow my carriage. People are seeing you follow the carriage. You run, chase me down. Okay, we stopped the carriage. You're out of breath. Can I come in? You know, and you're just begging for me to just be in my carriage, right? We're alone. This is scandalous. You get in, because I'm like, fine, get in, like, whatever. It's dark, whatever. I'm annoyed with you. Okay, I'm annoyed. But you are trying to tell me something. He's not right for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. And then you just keep talking. He just kept talking. It was so cute. And she was just like, what? Honestly, I would be Penelope. Penelope would be me. I would be Penelope. Because what do you mean you have feelings for me? As soon as I start working on myself and getting over you, now you have feelings for me? That is so annoying. That is so annoying when you realize that someone has a crush on you or have feelings for you now. Once you're like over them or you start working on yourself, it's like, now it's over, buddy. You had your chance, you ruined it. But in this case, he didn't, because she was like, let's let's do it, you know? And then da-da, ba-da, stop it. I was like, what is happening? You know, like when they were making out, it was like, okay, this is crazy. This is steamy, you know? and they were like the infamous carriage scene. So I was really excited for this. I was not expecting any of it, but I was happy. Oh, I was very happy. And it was like, duh, 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 duh. Once it started to speed up, I was like, ah, da-da. I could give you guys a whole replay of the carriage scene. Like, but it was just insane. And what was even crazier is that they were so in the moment that Penelope was the one that clocked it. Hey, we're at your place. Like, we need to stop. He didn't want to stop. He was like, let's go back. Like, let's spin the block. Let's do it some more. I am not ready to go in. Like, I'm not ready. And she was like, we can't do that. Like, this too scandalous. He then gets out of the carriage. and proposes. Stop. You're my man now. Like that, I mean, and cause he knows this is my duty, but also like, I'm in love with her. We've been friends forever. Like, marry me. And now they're together. Now, obviously, all the drama happens with Eloise and blah, blah, blah. Let's skip that. They're in love. They're amazing. They're together. But Penelope has to deal with Cressida. She has to go and basically do the whole Lady Whistledown stuff. The most devastating scene is when Colin sees Penelope walking out of that. Okay? It was, first of all, I was crying. I was like, no, Colin. Like, oh my gosh, the betrayal. Like, it was so crazy. And I couldn't handle it. Stop being mad at her. But you know what's crazy? Even when he was mad at her, he was outside her door. He was like, we can just take separate carriages. And when she was like, fine, he looked back like, no, I don't actually want to do that. He was constantly yearning for her while being upset. And he obviously didn't want to be upset, but he wanted to be with her. And even at the scene when they get married, and it's kind of sad because they're kind of fighting. I know one aspect is like, it's his duty to marry her, but he wants to marry her. It's not that he's just doing it because he has to do it. He loves Penelope. And Penelope looked good in that dress. He saw Penelope, he was like, whoa. When they're married and they're dancing, and it's just, oh my gosh, and dancing with each other is so cute. But in every aspect, like even with the, Cressida and blackmailing her and all that stuff, like he tries, he's doing everything he can to help Penelope. But obviously Penelope's like, hey, I just need your support. I just need you to be there for me and love me. And he finally gets the hint, and they work together. She does her magic, and she advocates for herself and exposes that she's Lady Whistledown, obviously. When it comes to the relationship, they work together and they build this beautiful, loving relationship. And I just love it so much. Because Colin learned that Penelope isn't this innocent girl. She is a woman, and she wants to be respected, and she wants to be respected in a relationship. And they now love and truly like respect each other and love each other. And amazing. I skipped a part. The mirror scene. We gotta talk about the mirror scene. When I thought season 2 was steamy, and they didn't. The crazy thing is, season 3 didn't have a lot of spicy scenes. I know people are complaining there should have been more. I think they were perfect. When I tell you I thought I was in the room, I really thought I was in the room with Colin and Penelope with that mirror scene. I felt intrigued and also uncomfortable. I was like, whoa, what are we doing? I was just looking. I was like, should I be looking? Should I be? You know? And yeah, whoa, wowza. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. It just, oh my gosh, the way that he was like, she was like, teach me. Anyway, but he was like being gentle with her. That's what I love. And so when I see that in that I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so intimate and passionate and loving and beautiful. And beautiful. The ending when because he gave many love confessions. I think this season had like 3 love confessions that I loved really much. And even though it wasn't as the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires, it's like they were both fighting for each other. And I just love it. I love it so much. I do. Paul is such a cute couple. It's such a beautiful couple. I want to see more. Also, that other scene where there's another scene where they're in bed, and I'm like, oh, just why? And the way he the way he caresses her face and just like, and then she's anyway. I'm not okay. Pollen is everything, and yeah. So that is my ranking. So I'm just gonna say it again for the people in the back who didn't hear. We have Daphne and Simon all the way right here. Anthony and Kate. And then we have Pollen, Penelope and Colin. But anyway, that is my whole rant on Bridgerton. I hope you guys enjoy this. And this will be a long edit, but I'm excited. All right. Have a great day. Goodbye.